Hello and welcome. I am going to be going and checking out Battle Hardened for 2024, and I am super excited. My name is Richard Scott, I'm here from Throw the Dice, and I'm going to walk you through the event and just go and have some fun really, and have a cracker of a time just seeing Lord of the Rings, what it's currently like, how it plays, what the current guys are thinking about the new edition. Got a couple of cool interviews with some of the nicest guys in the community, and it was so cool to just get their words of what Lord of the Rings is like to them now, what they're looking forward to with the new edition coming, what they are looking forward to, what they're not, and just some ideas about Lord of the Rings and how it's going currently in the current scene in Australia, and especially Melbourne, Victoria, and just see what it's like. So I'm pretty keen to dive in and see what's going on. So what have we got here on this side? Now I'm just going to double check that my recording is still recording. It looks like it's still recording while I click on another page. Let's see how we go. So Battle Hardened 2024, very from the gist of what I got, competitive. It's the competitive tournament to round out the end of the year, which is really cool. It's a 2-day event. It's 750 points. There's quite a few people going. I think by the end of the day, I think they got to about 63 players, which is bloody awesome, right? That's really, really cool. So Battle Hardened, 750 points. It was hosted by the Gaming Arena over in Coburg, so on the outskirts there of Melbourne. 6 games, so 3 on day 1, 3 on day 2, so it's a big event, but with that many players as well, that 6th game also gets a little bit more of a defined top tier winner, so you get the winner for that, so that's pretty awesome. About 61 people looks like on the guest list, sorry, not 63, 61. Again, amazing outcome, and I know a couple of people had to drop because they couldn't make it, so that could have been even bigger. Fantastic effort. So let's dig into here and let's go see what the event is all about. I'm going to head over to Battle Hardened in Coburg now and show you where it's being played, and maybe we catch our first interview. Let's have a crack. Okay, here we are. We are at the Gaming Arena. Woo! Here for Conquest Creations Battle Hardened 2024. So this is, I believe, Lucas's big competitive event that he has at the end of the year, which is fantastic. There's a lot of people inside, over 60 players, which is a fantastic turnout, I think, for Lord of the Rings. It's such an awesome turnout. So, and it's just, I guess it's showing right now how good the game is and what people are loving, and it's really cool to see. So well done, mate. This is a really cool event. So we're going to head on inside. We'll show you what Gaming Arena is like, and go have some fun, eh? Go see all the players. Now it's going to get loud, so maybe I should do some different sounds for this, but we are in Gaming Arena, so we're in the Gaming Arena. We're on the outskirts, which is always really handy for parking and things, so that's always really good. So well done, boys. So let's head on to the Gaming Arena and check what it's about, eh? Let's go have a chug. Let's go have a chug. Let's go here. And it is also, it's like 36 degrees today. 36 degrees. Alright. And we are in here. Christmas tree set up. We've got some retail stuff going on here. So if you're in the Coburg area, come along and check out Gaming Arena for all your gaming needs for tabletop, 100%. Lots of Warhammer stock. Obviously see that's some of their main lines here. I think this is maybe a play test area. You can have some fun. Cardstock, everything like that. So I think you can rent these out and you can play them to see if you like them, which is a really cool idea. I love that. Got some really cool stuff in the cabinets here. So come along and check it out. Really loving that. Some cardstock, and you got your Warhammer stuff down the aisle. Looking good. Got your shatter points. Oh, big shatter points. Bit of MCP as well. Love that. Awesome. And obviously a lot of Warhammer. So these are your Warhammer specialists over in this area. So come along and check them out. Come ask the fellas. Really lovely guys too. So they'll be able to help with any of your questions that you got.
Got a hobby area you can come and have some fun with as well. Fully licensed bar, which is fantastic. And also on the day, what they'll do is for your special event, they'll have like a certain drink or something for you that will be for your event. So there might be like a hobgoblin brew or a goblin potion or a halfling beer or something like that. So you can come and get that here, which is pretty damn awesome. Love seeing that. Chill out area. But now, let's get to the event. So you got Age of Sigmar today, and also Lord of the Rings today.
Any of the front four. At least 4 are available. So I'll take these 2 shots. All they don't.
There's Moppin' his dirty chariot, so I hope the chariot dies.
That's fine.
Yep, you can kill it, mate, you got it. Looks like there's a bit of a matchup. Yeah. Gorgeous table. Everyone's out and about. Everyone's into it. There's a sneaky ballista I see. Two sneaky ballistas. Oh, watch out. Oh look. Now I'm loving the different levels we've got here. There is a ballista on the top of this here, which is incredible. This is
Get it back.
Get that up, because I'm meeting it. Alrighty, that's it.
That is brutal. Oh, what a fitting table for this one. Brilliant, guys. It's awesome. There's some very strategic deployment going on here. Taking on a bloody mimic. Oh my god.
I've asked to be hearty. I'm even wearing the right shirt.
Theo is fully in costume. There we go. These are cool. Here's Geordie taking on the Urukai.
Will Uruk die as they're about to?
Hey. That building is just gorgeous in the middle.
We've only got
Really making This looks amazing. Anyone dead yet?
No, we're about to do first combat.
About to. All right. I'll come back. Ooh, we got weather top. Is anyone dead yet in this game?
We've lost 2 cab and 2 black guard.
Oh, right. Ooh, yeah, right.
We shot them.
That's a good photo of.
Was that all the movement done?
I'm going to be a rat fuck. I'm going to be a rat fuck. He's got 2 wounds. Oh, the rocket sausage? That's okay. I'm
The rocket sausage.
Yeah. You're going to attempt to.
Oh, this is cool. The couple? Oh, shit.
Yeah,
from archery or was it from archery or?
No, he's falling off a horse. He killed 2 of his own guys with, what was it, one?
Stunning table. He's banging on the front door. There's a beautiful table.
Lovely table.
Oh, here comes Bold. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to go too deep. This is here. We'll throw with the captain into him. This is, I guess we'll fight him again.
Now, we'll be here for the one day. Over 60 players for this one, which is fantastic. So they'll play 3 games today, come back for 2 games tomorrow, and they'll have everything going on for prize and stuff after that for presentation. So such a good turnout for Lord of the Rings. Really is in a really good spot right now with new edition coming around. This is like one of my most favourite games right now. Everything about the combat, everything about the dice and the strategy, the tactics, it's awesome. So hopefully we'll get some interviews today and we'll see what these guys say about Lord of the Rings at the moment and see how we're going. So we'll see you back soon. Okay, welcome. I found a couch, so we got pulled up Matt here, and you've just had your round.
Yeah, just had it. Yeah, just finished. Yeah, had a blast.
Yeah, what army are you playing today?
I'm playing the Werewolf Legendary Legion. So,
so you're the list with all the werewolves.
Yeah, I've actually got less werewolves than somebody else. So I have a whopping 20 werewolves. The maximum you can fit at 750 is 23, and someone else has 23 as well.
So he's gone full werewolf.
Full werewolf. Yeah, I wrote that list, but I decided on this one as well. So
25 points a pop, but their strength, like fight 5, I found. I was like, wow, they can do some good shit, and their movement, right?
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, movement 10, and then they do the knockdown like Cav do as well.
Right.
So and makes them very, very scary, and they cause terror.
And they cause terror,
which is really nice.
And that scenario there, conquest.
Command the battlefield.
Command the battlefield. Sorry.
Yep.
So command the battlefield, and obviously at the start, Malson deployment.
Yep.
What did you think?
We basically ended up just going. I deployed south, and Matt, the other Matt that I was versing, Dodson, deployed north. So it was basically just like a normal deployment essentially.
Oh, that's all right then.
They spent a point in light. So
everyone else was like, we're going here, then we're going here, then we're going.
We were just kind of very lucky, and I didn't really mind anyway because my whole army moves 10 inches. So yes, I could get to wherever I needed to be.
Yeah, epic. Any big cinematic moments?
There was a point where Matt Dodson rolled Snake Eyes, and then rolled another 1 to do some wounds on a werewolf, which was pretty funny. Where it was he needed 3s to wound because I think it was Dwalin, who's an absolute beatstick.
He's a beast.
And yeah, basically I got thwarted with my Droglin, who's my beefy chiefy, as I like to call him, and he got charged by Thorin, Bilbo, and Legolas. So he got absolutely destroyed, and he did just enough wounds to kill him in the last turn, which meant he got another victory point. So it ended up being a really close game. It was a 6-4 victory his way, but yeah, it was a pretty tough matchup for me because I usually would be winning lots of stuff really well on strength 5, but he's defense 8 across the board, apart from Bilbo, and I just couldn't get through to Bilbo because he's
8 across it.
Yeah, so D8 apart from Bilbo.
It's a lot to choose
through. And Legolas, of course, but Legolas has a higher fight than my whole army.
Your army's got a lot of power to chew through it though, but it's like,
have to win the fights first.
D8 is rough.
Yeah, and Thorin counts as a banner too, which is really, really good.
6-inch or...
so 6-inch or a banner, I believe it is, off the top of my head. He was always within 6 inches, and I had, I trapped Dwalin at one point with 3 werewolves, and it just didn't go my way. And if I got those, little flash kill here and there, it would have been a huge swing,
Yeah.
I killed one dwarf the whole game as well, which was and all my
dwarf the whole
werewolves.
game?
Yeah. So all my werewolves got
That would
lots of
feel
moves,
so
yeah.
strange playing werewolves and then you kill like...
I barely had any games with them. I had literally 2
Yeah,
games
okay.
with them.
All right.
Which was, I know
So-
kind of how they play because I played spiders, which are very
big
similar.
learning game.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And I figured if I go up against anybody else that doesn't have a million heroes,
Yep.
I've got a really good chance because I can just ignore their heroes, let them kill a werewolf maybe a turn,
Yep.
and then just go kill everything else.
Right.
Everything's a hero, everything's high defense and relatively high fight, the same as me
Yep.
as well. So it was meant that I was going into it with, depending on the dice, could go my way, but it just didn't quite as well. And I got to verse an awesome opponent in Matt Dodson as well. So
Yeah.
there's only 4 maps this time.
Yeah,
which
Matt's
is,
quite experienced too,
Yeah,
so
he's
he
a
knows
really
what he's
good-
doing. He's here for
sure.
he's here. It's like Battle Hardened is the competitive event of Melbourne. How do you find the Lord of the Rings competitive event right now compared to like you say, I guess your Silmarils and stuff like more fluffy events? What do you more go for?
I take the same things that I want to take, no matter what event I'm going to.
Yeah,
'Cause I don't
same.
really, I don't
Yep.
really like. I come here to catch up with mates, make new friends, and try to do cool armies, essentially.
exactly.
And I would.
I think Lord of the Rings embraces that too.
Yeah,
like you
100%.
know the cool armies, the stuff like that.
And it's not to say like I come here to try to win my games, but
Yeah, of
I
course.
don't really mind if I have some awesome, really close games and I lose all of them. I'll have a good time. If I trash my opponent and win in a couple of rounds, that's kind of be boring comparatively.
It's
So
quite boring,
I would
eh?
rather have
Those
really
epic
close
dice
games.
rolls for the end
Yeah.
of the game is so good.
Yeah,
like,
I want to tell a story when we play. And
Yeah.
so this army is very skewed, and if I get a good matchup, I'm going to dunk on somebody.
Yeah.
But if I get a matchup that's not great, or a person that very much knows my weaknesses in the army, I'm going to have a more interesting time. But I think either
What's
way,
the
it's going to be
werewolves?
fun.
What's their courage?
Courage 5.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah,
See,
which
that's
is pretty
also
huge.
nice.
Yeah.
Like
It is
it's-
very helpful.
It's
Yeah.
like deal with elf level. I like that.
Yeah, they're basic. Yeah, 5/5 and courage 5, 2 wounds each, and defense 4 is huge.
But then you got the
Makes it-
strength. I really
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it. It's
so it's,
cool.
really,
They
really
are
good to
25
the-
points, but it makes up. Like with movement 10, you can get them to where you want. I like that.
Look, I mean, I'm basically treating it as like a cavalry army
Yeah,
on
yeah.
slightly larger bases, so I bloody block myself sometimes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that defense 4 compared to my spiders that I've played quite a bit.
Yep.
That the difference in defense is huge. It's much more
yeah.
survivable as well. So
You got 4 more games.
yep. Cannot wait. It's gonna be great. Yep.
Hot.
Oh, it
You guys
is.
can't see it or might not notice it here, but we are sweating like
yeah.
36 degrees today, and there are 3 really good econs out there, but there are so many people.
There
It's-
is a lot of bodies. I think there's
Yeah.
nearly 90 people, I
Yeah.
think, roughly.
Yeah, yeah.
So
You got
it
some
is-
casual games down the back. You
Yeah.
got an Age of Sigma 20-player event going on as well,
Yeah.
and it's heating up. So
Yeah, and I'm all Morley, so I rocked the singlet today. It's a good
Yeah.
choice. I'm
I
going to
got
wear
the
one
shirt,
tomorrow.
I got the
Yeah.
shorts.
I got my thongs on.
I was
as well,
going to bring
yeah.
the thongs, but I thought I'm going to walk along today. I think, but we'll
Yeah,
see.
it's going to be
But,
good. So I think we're going to have some quick games, and I'm going to have a blast either way. So
Exactly, and then Lord of the Rings trivia tonight. So
Oh, yeah.
and a good pub meal. So that's going to be sick.
Yeah,
So
always a pleasure having some beers and chatting about
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings stuff and cool stuff that I didn't get to see in games that other people
Exactly.
experience
and all
as
the
well.
stories come out.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you so much, Matt, for your time.
worries.
All best for the rest of the event.
Appreciate it.
And I hope we get to see the werewolf v werewolf list.
Fingers
that would
crossed.
Be, that would be
I
funny.
would love that.
That would be funny.
If it's possible, Jacob, if you hear this, I want to grudge the werewolf player in the 5th round just because I think it'd be hilarious.
In the 5th round, right, let's go to Jacob now.
Make
Let's just
it
see if we
happen.
can do
Yeah. Go harass him for it.
Cheers,
So,
buddy.
That's me, mate.
Amazing.
Cheers. Awesome.
Hey. I'm here with Anthony, and we just watched his round 2. You know how to roll 6s.
I do. I can
I think
roll
he
6s
figured
today.
out how to roll 6s. So you're playing Moria today?
Yep.
Yep. What do you got on your list, buddy? What do we got?
Got 2 cave drakes, 2 shadow shamans, so black shield shamans, and birds.
And Divas.
Very fun list.
Yeah, yeah. And how many prowlers have you got?
13.
13 prowlers.
13.
So he's just going in and he's just yeeting it, which is amazing. And you fought against...
Fought against Rivendell. He had
Rivendell, all the elves.
Yeah, Glorfindel, Alistor, and the Círdan.
Yes.
Yes. Very fun elf list.
Your drakes, wow.
Wow.
They
were hot.
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
hot that game.
You did multiple barges.
Yep.
You did you do a hurl?
Nah, I didn't do a hurl.
No
Didn't set
hurl.
one up.
Okay. Because it's in a straight line. That's
Yeah.
yeah. But I felt quite bad for Joey. He was he's an elf player though.
Well, yeah, I can't feel so bad. He decided to play owls.
Yeah, but oh man, that turn I saw you roll all the sixes, that was just bonkers.
It was just 6 after 6 after 6.
Yeah.
I went to win Glorfindel and he was thinking about doing the might, and I was being very lenient. I could see he was a bit new. I'm like, I'll see if I wound.
Yeah.
I got that 6. I'm like, do you want to might that? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to might that to win that.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
And then even to get down off a just a ledge is like, yeah, just another 6 for a goblin to get down off the ledge.
Just climb down 6.
You know, it's courage test 6. You know, just like all sorts of shit going on with 6s for
absolutely.
Moria. It was just funny as. What do you think was the breaking point? I reckon the two drakes. They were fairly close next to each other, within like 8 inches of each other.
Yes.
But it was just a really good, strong defense and offense against these elves.
Oh, yeah.
So
absolutely.
fight 7.
Fight 6, strength 7, defense 7.
Strength 7.
Yeah.
Right, so, and you're just winning against these elves, what are they, 5-5?
5-5, yeah.
5-5, so just enough to get, so it's, and just like seeing them hoe down, and then I think that perfect turn, you won the combat versus that one elf he tried to tie you up with.
Yes.
But then you barged and got into 3 of them, because just the misplacement, and got to 3 of them, chop, chop, chop.
You just ate them all.
And you knock them all down, right? So it's like boom, boom, boom. Like, it was really cool to see, being a Moria player, but I was crying inside because I saw Joey's face after every roll. I think was a heart attack.
After every roll, even his rolls weren't too high. Like Glorfindel was averaging like a 4 high each combat, each thing he tried. I'm like, oh, that's really rough.
And it still wasn't coming through. And some of those elves had good attacks, but it just still wasn't happening. And I was like, and then the amount of goblins that got in towards those last turns really mobbed a lot of the elves up, and then just skewered them. I felt bad, but smash scenario. How many points on that did you win?
10-0.
10-0.
10 points.
Wow. Oh, what was it? What was the scenario? Breakthrough. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 different scenario pads.
Yeah.
Now let's speak about he did have 4 cav.
He did 5.
5 cav. So very start of the battle.
Very start of battle, he put him quite forward. I'm like, I'll take the one bait. Like, I know he's going to send the others into me, but like, I was like, will he send Glorfindel? I'm like, I might be a bit scared, so I took the bait.
Yep.
And he did send Glorfindel in. I'm like, just the 5 knights.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right. And having that Glorfindel in there as well could have made the difference.
Would have made a huge difference. I
Yeah.
reckon they possibly could have killed it in one shot.
Could have popped it.
Yeah, they've all got lances.
And Joey also said that he's learning a lot about the deployment stage in this game right now with Lord of the Rings, and that's the hard thing he's having trouble with, and I think we can all agree, learning that at the start can be a quite big learning curve for the different scenarios, where you should be, how far the horses should be far back, what scenario you're playing. But it was so cool to see Moria squish elves.
It was glorious to see.
And the Prowlers didn't kill too much though. I saw the Prowlers keep charging and they keep chucking the daggers, and Strength 3 daggers, they are sexy. That's really nice when they pop off, but that was funny. And now, you did do a really also crucial barge into which character? Círdan.
Yeah, I saw him sitting there. I'm like, he's 4 inches away. I'm like, there's a good chance I do it. And this was the second barge. I was like, okay, we'll barge, and then boom, 6. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll go in and kill him. And what do I do?
So on all the barges you got this game
was 6s. Yeah, max man. Love it.
Hear that, guys? So Moria players, you're just doing it wrong. So you just got to barge and roll 6s. 100% what Lord of the Rings is, Roll 6s.
Yeah, roll 6s.
Amazing. Now, Anthony, where are you hailing from? Where's your local club?
I don't really have a local club at the moment.
What do you normally play?
Ooh. That's a good
question. Or is it Shed Hammer?
Yeah, Shed Hammer is probably the closest, but I'm now in Longwarry, so haven't got much out out that far in Warragul or anything.
Yep, okay, cool. Right, so What's the closest store from out there? You got to come right into town.
Yeah, I gotta come right in.
Oh shit. Okay.
Probably
Right. Ringwood. It's easy, a bit of a drive. Okay. For weekly games, but I see you at a lot of events, so this is where you get your games in.
This is where, I come to every event I can in Melbourne. So.
Yeah, and a lot of the local guys that do have a store nearby, you probably play more than them because you go to more events, and every event is like 5 or 6 or 3 games or whatever. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So and how long?
2 years now.
2 years. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And what are your thoughts on the new edition about to arrive?
Well, at first I was sad. I play a bit of Khan, bit of Mahud. I like those fun armies chariots. You can't get over them. But then after seeing what they've leaked of the new rules, I'm like, you know what? It's probably fine for the game. Like I saw strikes going to like a D3 or something. I'm like, that helps the Balrog if he says fight 10. You go, only fight 7 heroes can get a chance. To match him
exactly. And
So,
I like that about Lord of the Rings too. Like, and the way they're tweaking it, I know it's really hard. We lose 11 books.
Yeah,
Straight off the bat.
A lot of books.
Straight off the bat, 11 books.
It took years for them to come out as well.
Oh, a long time. But the game, with the added twist of the new edition, it's going to reset the meta and things like that. That could be quite interesting and quite fun. Like the difference to fights, the difference to the little quirks coming through, different spells coming in. It's quite exciting. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next edition. But well done on the win. Thanks so much for joining me today.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming in.
But we'll see you soon, buddy. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, I'm here with another round 2 opponent. A few people know him by Mop. Round 2 Mop. Who did you play? What army did they have?
Josh Coleman. He had Riv Knights with Elrond and Gilgalad.
Gilgalad.
Yeah.
Whoa, so elite.
Very elite. Very high fights, which Champion Chariot can sort of do with it. And if you didn't know, my list was Erebor acclaimed with the Champion Chariot, and
yes, you've got the Dirty Chariot. Everyone's calling it the Dirty Chariot this event. So that's a chariot. How many heroes are inside?
4.
4 heroes.
Wyland, Philly, Killy.
Jesus, all fighting heroes. So even when they get out, they're going to stuff you up. That's good.
Sometimes, yes.
Scenario. How did you go with scenario? Because you don't have many models.
No, it's because it was an objective scenario. We played Breakthrough, which has 4 objectives, pretty much across.
Yep.
And because I only have 3 actual models,
you can't score all of them.
Can't really get all of them at once.
And all of them need to survive.
Yeah. Well, not all of them. But yeah.
If you want to capture the 3 objectives. Yeah.
So,
right.
It was high stakes. Pretty much for the first half of the game, we were pretty much just shooting at each other. I was just going poo-poo, and then doing a couple, almost wounding him.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't wounding me at all because.
Well, who shoots off the chariot?
The Dark Violent. He's got a Gatling crossbow at the front.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah. Gatling crossbow. Right. Okay. Chariot's getting cooler by the minute.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So first couple of turns, I saw you were doing alright, but then you got absolutely swamped.
Yeah, so pretty much
horses.
What was happening is we had not an agreement, but like I was chasing him the whole game. So because I move 8, he moves 10, so he can always like get reach of me.
Yeah.
So eventually I got to the middle, and I pretty much gave him a conundrum like, hey, you charge me, well, I'm going to start just shooting all you do is eventually I can shoot him off the board quicker because of my high defense. I can.
So he's like, I've got to turn around.
Yeah, and I was like, you're going to have to come to me to have the one big fight, and that's what it pretty much came to. It was just one big fight where we pretty much had most to all of his elves on my chariot.
Right.
We came into the roll off because we were both 5'10" because it was triple strike. And yeah, so because he's an elf, he's winning. I was only at 1-2. I win the fight. So
okay.
Yeah.
And then chariot went smush.
Yeah, because he had everyone has lances. So they're winning the chariot in 5x3s.
5x3s. Whoa.
Yeah.
And so I think one of the dwarves took a wound as they went out of the chariot. Who was that?
No, it wasn't. He didn't take a wound, but Barlin did slip and fall.
Yep.
Bump his head, made him a little bit woozy on the
so that just knocks him down?
Just knocks him prone.
Oh, okay, right.
Yep.
Just knocks him prone. And then from there, once the chariot was down, the heroes got up. Did do much damage or no?
They did a little bit. They just pretty much, objective survive.
Yeah, okay.
So Barlin did kill one of his Riv Knights, which is pretty good because he's always neg 1.
Yep.
Dwalin swiped at Gilgalad, taking a couple wounds off him.
Right. Good one.
Yeah. Philly Killy, they were just tying up Elrond, just buying time because Elrond was just going to charge other people and heal and
do shenanigans.
So
right.
They were just
tying them
up.
Die. That's fair.
Yep.
Okay, excellent. And all right, a few questions. What do you think about the new edition coming in?
I reckon it might be pretty good.
Yep.
Obviously, people are pretty scared because of the list building.
Yeah. Okay.
How you can't really mix and match who you want. So you can't.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a bad example because it's horrible. I can't put Gwahir in my lists or something like Elendil.
Yeah.
Well, if you're thematic, so
can't easily mix up anymore.
Yeah. So from a thematic standpoint, it's good, but from a make your own thematic standpoint, it's sort of bad because then now you can't sort of make your own themes. You
can't make your own stories. That's
because sometimes what I do is I make the profiles someone else. So actually, what Damo did recently, which is pretty nice, is the Rivendell twins. He's made them into Beleg and Huron.
Okay.
Which is a second age sort of
repurpose
thing.
them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this profiles sort of fit them perfectly.
That's good. And of all the communities as well, I think what could be really cool is maybe we could get our own allied metric system that G-Dub had originally and just put all the legions with what would be lore-wise, and that way we've all got it as a community anyway, so when we do have events that allow allies, then maybe we can do that, maybe we can get them involved and break the armies up a bit. I reckon it's just going to come down to maybe a simple metric system to try and piece everything together, what allies there with for lore-wise, and that'll be fine. And that way for events you can just add them in and be like, yeah, cool, you can bring them in.
The thing is as well, so a lot of, because profiles are going to get removed, obviously, because of the new edition. But pretty much there's currently in the big scene at least, people are saying most of the events in Victoria will still be legacy. So you can still bring your old profiles as long as they're they're still sort of fitting within the guidelines. Obviously, you're going to have to do a bit of fendangling within your intelligence stat.
Yep.
Yeah, apart from that, they'll probably still use legacy most of the time.
Excellent. And how do you think tournaments are going to change in the future with the new edition coming out?
I don't think it'll change that much.
Because they've been popping off, haven't they? There's events every month for Lord of the Rings now, so
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so it's a fantastic game to get into at the moment. And with the new edition around the corner, the War of the Rohirrim coming out, animated movie,
also Gollum coming out,
Gollum as well, Gollum coming out. It's just a really good time to get into Lord of the Rings, and the way it's played is it's really thematic and a lot of terrain. It's just a beautiful game. It really is a beautiful game. So thank you, Moppy. Thanks for coming and having some fun. I've got to shake with my left because I've got the camera with my right. It felt a bit weird, but we'll get back in there. It's aircon inside, but with how many players and how hot it is today with 36 degrees, the breeze outside is actually quite beautiful. So keep going. We'll catch you around 3 and let's see how we go.
Nipples are sweaty.
Oh. Hello, I'm here with Nick, and he's just played his third round. So this one was destroy the supplies. Yep. What happened?
I came up against Liam Harder, the best sport in Australia.
And what did you proceed to do to him?
Yeah, I had him down to one model to break in the first round of combat.
One model to break.
Yeah,
okay, right.
Rolled him.
So what speed are your goats? They're
8-inch move, fearless against...
a little bit less than horses, so... And fearless.
Fearless within 12 inches of Dane. So they really handled his Angmar pretty well.
His pig's not as fast, is he?
I think it's still 8. I've been moving at 8.
Yeah, right.
So
I've been moving at 8.
It's still 8.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, cool. And so you just got to him super quick. He couldn't do anything from that.
Yeah, it was interesting. So we sort of spread our lines fairly thin, and the way that the priority worked was that Dane could go straight into the Shadow of Ruador, combat off him straight into the Tainted.
Right.
Killed both of them in the first turn, while Thorin and Thranduil combated off Orc into a Troll and killed it first turn. So just everything worked perfectly.
So he took out his heroes and his Troll all in one turn.
Yeah, and then all the Cav just couldn't not kill.
Right. Great. And do the goats have a super knockback or anything knockdown series?
I forgot to use it. They do. They do have a 5+ knock over a man-sized model, but I didn't do that at all.
Yeah, okay, right.
Didn't need it.
Yeah, no. Shit. It's sounds like a pantsing.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
No, it's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Tough.
Over the day, so for everyone at home, coming to the end of the day, and it is much nicer outside. And probably we'll start feeling this inside too, probably soon. Start definitely feeling nicer. In that midday with the 36 degrees.
Yeah.
So
it was pretty sweaty in there.
Pretty sweaty with a lot of bodies. And
yeah.
But it was fun. And tomorrow gets cooler as well, so that's nice. Next edition coming out. What are you thinking? What are your thoughts on it? So I know you're a big collector and you love that.
It's going to be a shame to lose a lot of models that I really like.
Yep.
Like the King's Champion, that's
pretty sad, isn't it?
Khazad Dûm's going to be the shadow of its former self, and
yeah,
I don't know. There's going to be, hopefully, there's some good, interesting content to play with. But if it's the same thing, but we're missing more models, I'll be pretty disappointed.
Yeah. There's a few things changing with strike and all that sort of stuff, and heroic fight and all that sort of jazz. But they're all changing in level, some extra spells. So it's going to be interesting. But for the collector like yourself, because I know you collect a lot and things, it's going to be hard to. I know the Dwellers go from Moria. We still keep our Drakes, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But
Marauder. I've got heaps of 4 of them painted up, and I'm going to lose them all.
They gone.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah, right. It's a cool unit too, actually.
The Corsair Reavers, they're gone, which honestly, I still don't know how their rules work anyway. But
that said, you can probably use the Reavers for other models.
Yeah, that's true.
Like maybe captains or something, which would be really cool. That would look really nice.
But they're an interesting model. There's a lot of interesting models that are going to go missing, like the chariots from Cannes.
And they'll get replaced by other stuff. But
it's all going to be Games Workshop, specials.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Yeah. I've seen some of their new sculpts coming out now. They look pretty sexy, some of them. I'm seeing some Age of Sigmar crossover sculptors with certain orc looks and things.
That's true.
And that's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how they come from there.
Being an older player, the Perry miniatures, you spend so long looking at these classics that you're like, I love these guys, that I understand the new models will be more dynamic, more exciting, but they don't have the nostalgia, which for playing a game system I've been playing for 20 years, nostalgia's
pretty big.
Fair part of it.
Yeah. I was an old Warhammer fantasy player, you know, blocks of troops and all that sort of stuff. And now that the game's come back and I'm seeing all the old models come forward, I'm like, the nostalgia and the heartstrings are I sort of want to go and get every single thing there.
I could never get it before, but now I can.
Yeah, exactly. And it's available to me again. I'm just like, and you don't have to keep chasing, what's it called, eBay and all that sort of stuff for ridiculous prices for old models. It's like, whoa, okay, we'll see how we go. But look, out of anything, I hope that game designers do take into effect the nostalgia feel and all that sort of jazz. So when they re-released the Elrond, when they re-released the Witch King on horse, they were beautiful sculpts that they brought out. So that's really cool. If they stick to that sort of style, that'll be lovely.
It'll be interesting where Legacy sits, whether it's, the models are dead, or whether they're still gonna be playable, or whether they're only playable on paper. I don't know. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, that's true. There's so many ifs and buts.
Yeah.
But and over because you do a lot of the tournaments, you do a lot of the tournaments around Victoria region, all that sort of stuff. How do you think the tournaments have adjusted over the last couple of years from playing?
That's a good question.
This is quite a competitive event, right?
Yeah.
This one's got quite a lot of competitive to it.
Once you're down on the tables that I'm playing, they're less competitive.
Yeah, well, you play a lot of different events as well. So, would you prefer the more competitive to the more fluffy, or do you like the wacky rules?
Wacky rules are fun to a point, but they. As you know, I've already forgotten about my goat's knockdowns, let alone all the rules that are day specific.
All the extra.
I struggle to keep up with wacky rules, but they're fun to build a list around wacky rules and think of something different than you wouldn't normally do. Whereas competitive events, you're like, I need to find what's going to be good because I want to be competitive.
Yes.
Whereas wacky events, you're like, oh, what's going to be interesting? But
I want this themed army. I've been always wanted to try it, or whatever like that.
And then you get there and you forget all the rules.
And then restart again.
Doesn't really matter.
Right. And you've come down from, how far away are you?
Here, this is probably our closest one. We're like an hour 15 almost. Or
nice.
30, so
that's extra. That's
good.
lovely. Because every time you come down to Geelong, it's maybe 2 hours or something like that.
Yeah, that's pretty, most of them are around that 2 hours mark. Yeah.
Around there. So all right. So Conquest Creations, thank you so much for this event today. We're doing really well. The guys are loving it. So let's get back in there and thanks, Nick, for the time.
Cheers.
Thanks, buddy. Awesome.
Cheers.
That's actually really funny. The answer is December 12th, 2024. There's too many people yelling at me. What slides can you go in? Here's the one. These nuts. I'm not doing that. Let's go. Which currency break is laptop?
You said right, Mop.
That is it for Battle Hardened 2024, and what an event it was. I'm just going to here, so the placings. Yeah, what an event! Wow, over 60 players and just really good vibes all round. It was a super hot weekend, but what else can you do about that? You can't really do anything about that. So it's it's a bit tricky with they had 3 really good Incons, but the thing is, with the amount of space there, plus how many bodies were there, and there was an Age of Sigmar event at the same time, and there were a lot of bodies in there. There was 90 people. So 60 from this event, 20 from the Age of Sigma, and then you also had another, I think, 10 playing up the back there for casual games. It was just, too much for the space to handle, and it was super hot. And it ended up, probably after the first and second battle round, it just got sweaty and muggy. Super sweaty and muggy. But bloody good events. Everyone had a ball. Tables were beautiful. Everyone was having a really good fun time, and that's all that matters, right? That was a really good time. Now, what happened in the placings? We have, coming in first place, we have Henry Kerr with Barrador. That's pretty cool, seeing them up there. I've seen his name, Henry Kerr, around a few times, so must be a very good player. Second place, we have Matthew Dodson-Gary with Erebor Reclaimed. Now, that is the tanky dwarf list, so that Matty played against. I think Matt killed one dwarf in that list, so that got Matty through for sure. Very tough list. Third place with Chris Top with Rohan and Lothlorien. That'll be pretty. So mix of human and elves, high fight obviously, and doing really well there. So well done, Chris. Awesome. First best painted was Matt Edwards, which we had on the show with his Angmar Wolfpack, which is really cool. So he got first best painted. Well done, Matty. Second best painted, we had Daniel Lentfer with his Lothlorien. Beautiful elves. Well done. Third place best painted was Rob Hayes with his Mordor. So Rob Hayes' Mordor, that there was very, I love that, the look of that army. It was all like mounted knights, and it looked fantastic, the glowing green armor and stuff like that. I really love Rob's list there. That was looking really pretty. Best theme, we had Matt Edwards, so Matty, who we had on the show again, he got a second prize, and he got best theme, so well done, all the wolf pack. Just take dogs. Just take doggies. Well done, Matty. We got favourite army. We got Damien Paul, so everyone voted him for the favourite army. So I think he had a couple of like weird characters in there that made his list stand out from Rohan that you don't normally take probably. So he put those in there and got the favourite army, which is pretty cool. Best sport was Liam Harder. So Liam's always normally in this best sport area doing his thing, but he's just bringing good vibes, baby. He's bringing good vibes and people loving it and having good games. It's what you do. It's Lord of the Rings, man. Awesome. Well done, Liam. That's great. Bringing the vibes. So well done to everyone that got an award. But also well done to everyone that just came and supported, because everyone got a prize. So well done. Bloody awesome. And that's what we can do with these 3D prints and things these days, right? We can do, you can have better, more like cheaper models and stuff for prizes. But the thing is, once they're painted up and the quality of them and stuff like that, they're fantastic. They're brilliant. And if you can do it so much more cost effective, then these prizes for events are just awesome. So you had the Barnes table. Their prints were, they were gorgeous. I saw them all laid out for whoever gets what, and one of each player, etc. like that. It was fantastic. And then you had Oz Wargaming and had some of his box sets as well with 3D prints. And yeah, it was really cool to see. I think you saw some of the Conquest creations, some of the 3D printed buildings, I think was some of the prizes. But I think they got vouchers. There should be vouchers or something in there as well, like, keeping it topped up. So yeah, really cool events. Everyone sort of got a little bit, and even if you were like the last, I think 6 players or so, you got like a 3D print, so everyone at the event got something, which was really cool. Scenarios were cool. The only one was, I think, Maelstrom deployment. Everyone on that round, every table I went and gone saw, they were just like, it's Maelstrom, I'm over it. And this was the first game of the day of the event, and people were like, it's Maelstrom, it's shit. I was like, oh god, okay, cool. But then I do know sort of what they mean though. I'm fairly new to the Lord of the Rings, the gaming scene, but I sort of know what they mean, because I went then round to the second round of the event and looking at all the armies and getting some photos and etc. And everyone was just like so much happier, and like you actually had some proper cinematic moments of armies facing off across a river or coming around a corner and meeting like how they would naturally meet, and like without the Maelstrom deployment, you got that feel of the real game and battles coming forward, and I love that. I thought that was fantastic. It was really cool. So I do know what they mean. I know what they mean. Like, Maelstrom's a bit frustrating, I guess. So that's just the one downer, I think, of the event. It was the first scenario, but everyone else apart from that was like, yeah, cool, jiving and loving it. Saw a lot of different lists, and I love that about Lord of the Rings. You're going to see a bit of everything at the event. You're not going to see like, oh, this army's really good right now, so let's see 20 of those lists across the table. It's not really much of that, which is really nice. It's all mixed up, different. Everyone's telling their own story. I dig it. It's really cool. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. And I know it's a long episode, and I tend to do long episodes because I've just got so much to put in there all the time. I just love putting shit in the recording. So it's nice big long one. So if you're doing some hobby and stuff, click it on and have some fun. If you like what I'm doing, and I'm hoping I can get to more events and do more of the stuff, then like and subscribe. That's how you can support me. And hopefully catch you at the next one. So plenty of events are already getting like started and kicked up and ready for 2025. So get on them, get into Lord of the Rings, get in amongst the new edition, and let's make some cool more memories for 2025. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'll catch you later, guys. Love you lots. Catch you later.